In this tutorial of Teki, I'm going to show you how to make your own very quick Teki, a piece of software that will generate a sponsorship letter for a charity event. I've already written the letter here in a standard notepad or textpad document, and it's saved as a .txt file, and you can see that I've put in tags in place of the date, the receiver's title, their first name, surname, street, town, county, postcode, and then again here the title, the surname. So you see we've got tags that go in where there'll be variables, so we can send the same letter to lots of people and know that it's all formatted correctly. Now in a text document like this, it would generate a Teki in a text document. It's not ideally formatted to send out as a letter, although you could do it for an email because you just copy and paste it into the email. If you want to have generate a piece of software, a Teki, to print and send out, you'll want to have it pre-formatted. The way to do this is you copy what you've done here, or you would create your own in a Word document, which I have here. Let's pull the screen up big. And once you've put it into a Word document, I'm actually using OpenOffice, so you can, which is a free download from openoffice.org, but you can use Microsoft Word if you have it. You would create your letter in this way, put in your tags, and then save the letter, save as an HTML document. So you see you've got an option of how you save documents in OpenOffice and the same in Microsoft Word, and you want to select the one for HTML. And you can see I've saved it in the folder My Documents Charity Teki. Okay, so we're going to save that. And as it's already there, it's going to replace it. That's fine. Okay, that's the first part done. Okay, then we open up Teki, and you see I've pre-done this to save time. You'll put in the title for the Teki, what you're going to call it. So I'm going to put Charity Event Letter Generator. You put in your name. You'll put in a short description of what the Teki does. You'll put in an about box URL, and also you can put in text that will appear. So I'll put created Teki. Now then you would find the folder that contains the HTML document that you've just created, and you remember I've saved it in Documents Charity Teki. Now to find your folder, you simply click this button here on the right. You'll go to where it is in on your computer. So I'm going to My Documents, I want Charity Teki, there it is, and click OK. You leave the extensions, that will be fine. Basically what this does is look for any files ending in .txt or .htm or .html, .php or .css, which is a cascading style sheet if you didn't know. Teki the Teki will change any tags that are in any documents in this folder. Any documents that end in .txt, .html, .html, .php or .css. Okay, so once you've done that, you can also include another URL here. I've put our Facebook page there. You could put another one here to send people to for more help or instructions on the Teki that you've created for them. Then just click the next button. Now it's going to scan for tags, or you can click scan for tags here, and it will scan all of the documents and pull out all of the tags that are in those documents. So you just check that all those are correct and then click next. Okay, the first tag in our recipe for the charity letter is a date tag. Now, rather than have the user put in the date themselves, which we could have done by giving them a text entry option, which I'll come to in a second. That's the one that you're going to use mostly for the time being. What I've done here is use the system value. Now what that does is it will give you the option of putting any of these automatically into the field. And because we want to put in a date for the letter that we're sending out, might as well put in today's date, which can be got automatically from the computer, saves the person using the Teki having to put in the date themselves, and any time we can save is good. So I put in the long form date. I think the long form looks better on a letter, so it will say give the day, 15th November or whatever, and the year. So that's for the date tag, and then we'll go to the rest of the tags, which are all question text entries. Now don't be fooled at the simplicity of this. There are a number of other options that you've got here that we'll go through in other tutorials. The multi-text line is if you were going to put in more than one sentence or more than a few words. If you wanted to put in a paragraph, for example, then you would use a multi-line text entry. And then of course we've got a list of answers, which is it's very good for surveys or research, because it gives the user options of what they can put into their as an answer, rather than having to type one in themselves. We can put in from text from a file, system value, which we did before with the date, and then some nice advanced stuff. We can put in equations and conditions, a conditional equation and conditional jumps. Now these may sound complicated at the moment, so don't worry about those. We will come on to those in future tutorials. For the moment we're just using the standard text entry, and this function by itself is incredibly powerful. People have built Tekis that have sold over a relatively short period of time for thousands of dollars. Just with this you can do some really very powerful software, and in fact just that one feature alone, there is software that was available that was sort of a beta for Teki that sells for $199, and all it does is this one feature. So what we're doing here is for the tag receiver title, we want them to put in something there, and the question that will help them is saying, what is the title of the person to whom you're sending the letter? And we've got a brief explanation here. Let's put a note there, make it stand out. This will be Mr., Mrs., Ms., Doctor, etc. Yeah, and we're going to do that for each and every tag. I've already done it to save time. What is the first name? What is the surname of the person to whom you're sending the letter? Now you can also make questions optional, but in this instance we're making them all mandatory because we want every single one to be filled in. And we just go through, you type in the question that you want to ask someone who's going to fill in the data to go in for the particular tag. Okay, so it's 15 altogether in this one, and then you click finished. Oops. Now all you have to do in the output stage is, for the moment we're going to leave this option, ask user for output folder. If you click this button, it will open the folder automatically for them when they finish writing the Teki. So that's not a bad thing to do. We will display the standard finished message, but there's other options as well. Again, we'll come on to those in another tutorial. We can now select where the Teki will be created. So I've created a folder here called Documents Charity Teki, Letter Teki, so we're going to put it in there. If you wanted it in another folder, you would just click this icon here and select the folder from your computer. You must give the Teki a name, so it's going to end with a .exe, and just call it whatever you like. In this case, I'm calling it charityletter.exe. I'm going to enable the save load feature. That means that when someone uses the Teki, they can save what they've already done. So I would say most of the time you'll want to have this clicked. File extension, we'll leave that as SAV. You don't need to make any changes to that. One of the lovely features about TekiMate is that you can choose a background. You can put a background into your Teki. So we've given you some pre-made ones, and you can, if you want to, purchase some premium ones, or you can create some yourself. This one, you just click the icon there, and here, this one for me looked like a nice one for this sort of Teki. It's got, you'll see it looks pretty cool. You can then choose the text color. That's the questions and the text on your Teki are going to appear. So I'm going to put it in this color there. And finally, you can change what the button says when someone clicks the end of the Teki to generate their letter. The standard default option is finish, but you could put create letter. Nice capital. Or anything you like can go in there. We'll come on to spinning, creating registration codes, and creating demo-only versions of your Tekis in other tutorials. So last but not least, we will click Build Your Software. Now, automatically it asks me to save so that I don't have to do this all again if I needed to make any. Okay, so once you've created your Teki, it will generate files in the folder you selected like this. And when you give the Teki away to other people or submit it to the marketplace, you'll need to zip those up, which we'll cover in another video. For now, let's open up the Teki, which is the application file there. So double click that, which I've done. I'll show you. Here we go. I've pre-filled in this Teki now for you, just to save time and so you don't have to hear me bashing away at the keyboard. All I've done is fill in the answers to the questions. You'll notice that the first tag that was date is not seen because that's going to be put in automatically by the computer. Right, so we'll just whiz through these. You'll see the names, first name, surname, then we've got the first line of the address, town, county, all of the tags that we'll put in. Here we had a multi-line tag, but I'm still putting in just a few words here. What I'll be doing to raise the money, where the event takes place, that will be St. Christopher's, and the name of the charity, what the funds will be used for, how much we're hoping to raise, finally my name, and then we click here, create letter. We've given them the option to put the letter in whatever file that we wanted, so we'll create a new one. We'll call it letter charity John Smith. Okay, now the letter should be in this folder, Adam, letter for charity John Smith. Okay, now that we've generated the letter, we just need to go to the folder where we've generated it. You'll see it's there, and if we open that up, there it is.